When did you first talk to God during all of this?
While I was in the car,
What'd you say?
I was just like, if this is my time, like I understand, I understand, like and I'm ready. This is my time. I had made peace with it.
And did you hear anything back, or did you just?
That's when I heard that voice, like, get your tail up. There was more vulgar language in it.
Wow.
But I don't want to say exactly what I heard, but it was like get your tail up. Each day was a different battle. It was a different battle every single day. But you want to know what got me through it?
What's that?
My auntie gave me a devotional, a 365-day devotional. Every day, I felt like the devotional was speaking to me. Every single day. Wow. I wake up in the morning, I read my devotional before I get my day started. And I still do now.
You said it was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen.
What do you mean by that? Break that down for us.
God doesn't make any mistakes. He doesn't make any mistakes. He had me at that place, at that moment, during that time. He had those individuals in their car, geared up, ready to do something to somebody at that time. And it happened.
If you're sitting in a room with the young men that shot you, and you have a chance to just say something to them, what would you say?
I'll probably tell them thank you.
Hey everybody, you're listening to Real Talk with Dr. Stacey L. Spencer, where we keep it raw, relevant, and rooted in the truth. And I am your host again, Dr. Stacey Spencer, and I want to talk about a guest who was literally under fire. Chaz Anthony, January 5th, 2024, was at a stoplight when his vehicle was hit by 23 bullets. 23 bullets from an assault rifle, and 5 of those bullets hit him. It hit his carotid artery, and he should have bled out in seconds, but God kept him. It grazed his skull and went into his back. He had to go through surgeries with a plate put inside his jaw, but he lived to talk about it. And he's been traveling the states here recently, telling his story on how God had brought him through. And I'm pleased to have him tonight as our special guest for Real Talk. So come on and tune in as we talk with Chaz Anthony. Hey everybody, listen again, thank you for tuning in tonight to Real Talk. I am excited because I have with me a member of my church, and I never will forget, I got a call from LaShawn Turner, and she said, I really need you to go see this young man in the hospital who just got shot. And I went and I saw this young man that's sitting here with me now. Man, I never will forget coming in that hospital at the Med, right? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get my mind right. I'm telling you, when they told me that you've been shot 5 times and you're shot in the face, I was like, Lord, fix my face, because I don't know what I'm going to see when I come here. But when I saw you, your eyes got big and you sit up in the bed just as strong and brave, and you're like, you wrote on an iPad, Pastor, thank you. Take me back to that night, man. January.
I remember that night like it was yesterday. Even though I was in the ICU, like the top level. But I remember when I saw your face, and I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, Pastor Spencer's in here!" Like, whoa, wait a minute. It was 2 things. Like, I'm in bad shape. Like, this is really, really bad. The pastor had to come see me.
Yeah. he was like, I'm glad to see him, but then again, this must be really serious.
Yeah. But I was happy to see you too. I was like, he took the time to come to see me. It was very touching. Like, I was, in that state that I was in, I was a very emotional state. Like, like, number one, someone just tried to take me off this earth.
Wow.
And number 2, like, I'm happy to be alive. Like, thank God I'm alive, to be able to look and have the ability to write on the iPad and communicate. Especially when coming in and all the things that the doctors were saying, that I wouldn't be able to have the motor skills or be able to speak or be able to walk or any of those things again. But yeah, I remember seeing your face, and I think it was nighttime, right? Was it nighttime when you came?
Man, I want to say it's like in the evening. It was getting ready to be night. It was probably late in the afternoon.
Yeah, I just remember looking over to the side, and I saw your face, and I was just like, I couldn't really turn my head much, but I just remember looking and just like, oh wow.
Your dad was sitting there, your mom was there. Man, take me back that night, the night when it happened. Mm-hmm. You were sitting in your car. What were you doing that night?
I was sitting in my car at a red light. about to go charge the Tesla. I was on the back road back there behind. I don't even know the name of the road, but it's right by the Target, right by that. What is it, Ridgeway Loop? Maybe. Right by the Ridgeway Loop.
Or by the Christian Center.
Yeah. Yeah. Just sitting at the red light, and I was on FaceTime on the phone with my cousin. I had a AirPod in my ear, so I was on FaceTime with my cousin, and then all of a sudden I just hear just rapid fire, and I'm not initially I didn't think it was coming my way. I'm like, yo, somebody's shooting. Like I'm like, wait, no, someone's shooting at me. So I just try to duck down, but by that time I had already been I had already been hit, so I had seen like blood on the ceiling of my car. And I was like, oh, shoot, this is coming from me. So I just get down, and they're constantly shooting rapid fire. And I'm just thinking in my head, just like, yo, just make it stop. Like, please stop. Like, what are y'all doing? Stop. Like, stop. Please stop. Yeah, and they finally, I finally heard the tire screech off. By that time, I was in real bad shape. I didn't know that I had been shot in my head, and I didn't know that I was shot in my back. I knew that I was shot in my jaw because I was trying to talk to my cousin to let him know what happened, even though he had heard it. Him and the person he was with, because I guess he had been on speakerphone, had overheard it. They were like, those were gunshots. Like, they were like, Chaz. I'm trying to talk to him, but it was hard because I have a hole in my jaw and a hole in my neck.
Brother, what was your thoughts after the bullet stopped, the screeching, you just sitting there? What was going through your mind in the aftermath?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was just tell your cousin that you love him because you might not talk to him again. And that's what I said to him. Like, the words that I was able to form was like, I was like, tell you that I love you. Like, I love you. And I laid my head down on my armrest like this. I laid my head down on my armrest. And then by the 3-minute mark, I'm hitting my carotid artery. I'm knowing I'm hitting my neck. I'm knowing I'm like, no one's gonna like find me. This is probably my last 3 minutes. But like on that 3-minute mark, I laid my head down for like 3 minutes. On that 3-minute mark, something in me was just like, it was like a spirit in me. It was like, yo, raise up. Like, get the heck up right now. So I rose up in my seat. And by that time I was sitting there, and my cousin kept trying to ask me where I was at, but at that point there was no more talking to me.
You in shock.
Like, yeah, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. So he just had to figure it out. But by that time, this angel of a lady had come. She had come back from the Benihana, and she made her Uber driver stop, and got out the car. And when I sat up, and I sat there for a few minutes, I heard a voice like, "Is anybody in there? Is anybody in the car? Are you okay?" And I just tried to make as much noise as I could to let them know that I was inside the car. So I just started I didn't even know the noise I made. I probably sounded like a hit deer, but it was like just making a noise, and that's how she knew I was in the car. She couldn't get the driver's door open because, of course, it was riddled with bullets and it's electronic. Couldn't get the door open, but she was able to get the passenger door open. She opened the door and I think I actually reached over because she didn't know how to open the Tesla door. I think I was able to get the power to reach over and press the button so that she could open the door. And she pulled me out the car. And by that time, I just remember laying on the grass. It was raining that night. I just remember laying on the grass, and the next thing I noticed, I'm holding the police officer's hand, and he's telling me, "Don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep." And what's the crazy thing to me is that I'm telling him, "Yo, hurry up and get the ambulance here. Hurry up, just hurry up and get the ambulance here." I'm past the 3-minute mark, well past the 3-minute mark. I'm hitting the carotid artery, so I'm knowing. You
should have already bled out.
I'm knowing like. I'm stronger than this. I'm stronger than what they just did to me. So the ambulance finally arrives. When I hear the stretcher wheels touch the ground, I stood up on my own and put myself on the stretcher. They didn't have to come. They didn't have to come get me from where I was at. I stood up.
Who's got pressure on you while this is going on? Nobody?
I stood up. I just get up and put myself on the stretcher.
Chaz, when did you first talk to God during all of this?
While I was in the car.
What'd you say?
I was like, if this is my time, like I understand. I understand. Like I'm ready. This is my time. I had made peace with it.
And did you hear anything back, or did you just?
That's when I heard that voice like, "Get your tail up." There was more vulgar language in it.
Wow.
But I don't want to say exactly what I heard, but it was like get your tail up.
Get your assets up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Wow. So God spoke to you in a very forceful language like, "Now this is not time to die. Raise up."
Right.
That is, whoo, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your journey of healing. I'm following you on TikTok, and I've seen you like another surgery. I'm waiting on my braces to come. You're taking liquids. You're drinking liquids in a straw. For how tell us about the whole healing process, the healing journey.
It's been the longest journey ever. It's been dragging on and on. And I thought I was through the woods. I thought I was done, but no, I'm not done. I'm still not done yet.
Man, you don't look like what you've been through, though.
Yeah,
you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
But how many months has it been since you first got shot and you finally got your braces off? The wires.
So it was like a year. It took like a year.
A year.
A year and some change. Like a year and like 3 months, maybe.
And how many surgeries?
A year and like 2 months.
How many surgeries?
Maybe about 6, 7.
6 or 7 surgeries.
And I'm probably missing some because there were. Man, maybe like 8. I say maybe like 8 surgeries.
Tell me about the emotional journey in the healing process. What range of emotions did you go through?
Oh man, from depression to picking myself up in my boots, telling myself you got this, pushing through. Like it was a roller coaster of emotions. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, man, you are blessed. Some days I wake up in the morning and I'm like, man, how are you gonna push through all this time they say you have left with this thing on your face? Drinking liquids. Like it's only so much you can take, especially when you're not food is like that's something I never take for granted ever again. Like being the ability to eat food, it's it like feeds the soul for real. Like it really does. But not having the ability to do that, it was very challenging. Very challenging. Like each day was a different battle. It was a different battle every single day. But you want to know what got me through it?
What's that?
My auntie gave me a devotional, a 365-day devotional. Every day, I felt like that devotional was speaking to me. Every single day. Wow. I wake up in the morning, I read my devotional before I get my day started. And I still do now. I have a new devotional now because it's a whole different year. But now I wake up, read my devotional, do my push-ups, and then get my day started. But that devotional really carried me through. That's what really gave me that strength that I needed to keep going throughout the days and not give up.
Man, did Easter mean anything different to you this time? Do you look at Easter different when you think about Jesus being beaten and crucified? Does it hit different?
I understand more. I understand it. I understand it more, for sure. And I kind of see myself, there are a lot of people who come and comment on my socials, and they go through situations that may be similar, they may be not so similar. They may just be people who are just dealing with health issues in the hospital, and they say that they watch my videos and it just uplifts them and just gives them hope and allows them to carry on through the day. And I'm glad that I can be there for them. Yeah, I'm so glad I can be there for them.
How have you not become bitter towards your city? Most people have been like, you know what? I'm out of Memphis. Number 1 in crime. People getting shot all the time. I got shot, almost died. I'm out. How did that not get in you?
I have no idea. I really, because I still I don't have any hate in my heart towards the people who did this to me. Wow. At all. It was all part of the journey. This was written. It was supposed to happen.
What you mean? What you mean? Pause. You said it was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen.
What do you mean by that? Break that down for us.
God doesn't make any mistakes. He doesn't make any mistakes. He had me at that place, at that moment, during that time. He had those individuals in their car, geared up, ready to do something to somebody at that time. And it happened.
Ooh, what you just said.
It was a mistaken identity, but it was not a mistaken identity.
Woo! God knew that you could handle it.
Yeah.
you said, I'm stronger than what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
And in essence, man, this is almost like a substitutionary sacrifice. Like when Jesus took our place on the cross, you were in somebody else's spot. They thought you were somebody else. But what they didn't count on is that you being a child of God.
Right.
God brought you through this. Because it's nothing short of a miracle. I mean, if you can't see the divine in this, something wrong.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? How long are you supposed to?
A normal person wouldn't have made it through that.
Right, because you're supposed to bleed it out in
3 minutes.
In 3 minutes. And you were, from the time you got shot.
Conscious for 43 minutes.
For 43 minutes. You should have died in 3. 40 acres and 3 mules. God bless you, man. Listen, so we talked about you said this was supposed to happen. And what I hear you saying is there was a purpose behind it. How did you go from trauma to purpose? You founded a clothing line years ago called Don't Let Mom Find Out prior to the incident. How has your vision for the brand evolved since your experience?
This experience really opened my eyes and made me realize okay, you're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You're probably not going to get a second chance. This is your second chance. Go all in. It awoke a dog inside of me to really put my art out there, follow my passion and do, what it is I was doing that night that I got shot. Because that night that I got shot, I was going and delivering some pants that I had custom made for someone, and that's where I got followed from. Wow. Yeah. So I went all in the same year with the X fixture on my face and all. We went on tour. I took five people on tour. We went on tour. We went to Disney World. We did it all.
Wow. All
by the grace of God, because I don't know how I was able to do that. With the medical bills, everything piling up, still did it. Made it happen.
Wow.
I called myself Mr. Make It Happen last year, really, because I didn't let anything stop me.
Don't Let Mom Find Out. Where did you get that name from?
I was in law school.
And what happened?
I was in law school. My 3L year in law school, and you post things on the internet, and your parents are like, "Why'd you post it? Take that down. You shouldn't be posting it. You in law school. You about to go. You shouldn't be posting it." So I made a different account that was private, and it was "Don't let mom find out." and that's what turned into in the same time, in the same hand, I was in law school, and I would be going to the malls because I've always loved fashion, but I could never find anything that I liked to wear. So I was just make my own clothes, and I had the name already. Don't Let Mom Find Out. I was like, this is perfect. That's a name that's so catchy. If you say that to someone, they're gonna be like, "Don't let mom find out." What? Mm-hmm. Say that again. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those catchphrases that works. So I just took, my creative nature from making clothing, and took that name, put it together, and it, kaboom.
There's a story within a story right here, y'all. I want to talk about this with Chaz real quick. So most parents, hardworking parents like your parents, send their son off to college. They're thinking he's getting a law degree, and your passion is to create clothing. Mm-hmm. How did that conversation go when mom found out that you are not pursuing law anymore and you're pursuing your clothing passion? How did that conversation go with your parents?
Well, I still graduated law school first.
What?
I made sure I graduated law school
My
first.
man.
Yeah, I graduated. I did graduate. But after graduation, it just took me to prove myself. Prove that I got something here, Dad. My dad, they weren't thrilled about it, but they still supported me. Yeah, they supported me because they, parents want you to have stability.
They want you to make some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But they started to see the brand, when my dad would go out, even today, to this day, my dad can't go to work without going to work and someone coming up to him and saying something about me or something about Don't Let Mom Find Out. He can't go. He can't go a day with that. So he knows it.
So the streets is talking.
They talk for sure.
In what ways has surviving this ordeal influenced your mission and message as a designer and an entrepreneur?
I think a lot of my designs now have more of how can I put this? They have more of this undertone on it where it's just like a struggle has been overcame. A lot of my designs show that. But as far as the way that I carry myself, the way I carry the brand, I just want everyone to know that no matter what you go through, no matter like how hard that obstacle or how tall that obstacle is in front of you, you can climb over it, you can get through it. If you just try. But it takes one day at a time, 1 foot at a time.
Faith in the face of adversity. Were there any particular scriptures or prayers or spiritual practices that provided you strength during your recovery?
The book of Job.
Wow.
Because initially I did not understand why me. And how he stripped everything from Job and just took everything from him. And he still kept his faith. Wow. That's how I saw myself. Like, I see my story aligning with that story. For sure. Because now God is like, he's blessing me in so many different ways because I remain faithful. I never forsake him. I never truly question him. Or, turn my back and I don't believe in you anymore because you let this happen to me. No. No, I know you did this for a reason, and I love you for this. I love you. Thank you, God. I still wait. I wake up, even when I had the X from my face, even when I couldn't eat food, I'm still thanking you, God. Thanking God. Thank you. Wow. Because I can walk. I can talk. I can walk. I can see people. I can shake someone's hand. I can give hugs. I'm not 6 feet under.
So this took you from a theoretical. Did it take you from a theoretical understanding of God to a existential experience where you know more than you did before?
Oh yes, definitely.
That God is real.
Definitely. I always knew that God was real, and I knew that God was real, but one always questions and just is this really real? Is this like something a book that man made to put in front of us? I used to say things like that, like the Bible's man made. But now, oh no, okay, nah, it's serious behind this because there's no way they know that there's a higher power for the reason why I'm alive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
23 bullets in your car, 5 went into you, and you survived it. Supposed to have bled out in 3 minutes. You stayed conscious for 43. 7 surgeries later, you're back on the road sharing your brand. God's doing some amazing things. Mm-hmm. What word of advice would you give young men in Memphis, your age and younger, that are living through the treacherous streets of Memphis, and they're trying to live out their dream, but surrounded by violence? Mm-hmm. What word of encouragement would you say to them?
Where there's a will, there's a way. You have to have the will first. Mm-hmm. You have to have the will. And I know, and you have to have the desire. And yeah, when there's a will, there is a way. For sure. There's a way out. Just staying consistent, please. Just stay consistent. Stay consistent. Keep God first. Because he's the only way that you're going to get through with what we're surrounded with here. Because God is the only way through.
I'm going to ask you something, and I almost hesitate to ask it because it's a hard one. If you're sitting in a room with the young men that shot you, and you have a chance to have a conversation, a civil conversation, there's no threat of danger, and you have a chance to just say something to them, what would you say?
I'll probably tell them thank you.
Why?
Because if it wasn't for them, my life wouldn't be the way it is now. I love my life. I love my life. And it's only going to get better.
I heard you say that it lit a fire up under you. Mm-hmm. that you've been going harder than
I've ever gone.
you've ever gone?
I've never gone so hard for anything a day in my life.
Because you saw death, your life flash before your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was over, and God says it ain't over.
Mm-hmm.
And you came running out of that hospital room like, I got to go do this now.
Literally. The day I left the hospital, I hopped in my mom's car because my car was done. I hopped in my mom's car and hit the streets.
Wow.
I had bulk being delivered like 3 days later. My boys came over to the house.
So you're in the hospital bed doing work.
What? Designing. I'm doing plenty of work. So much. Like, it would amaze you. My friend, my cousin, and my best friend, they still say to this day, bro, like, if I'll get sick, like I'll not feel well and I want to move to bed, they're like, bro, you got shot and you were up the next day walking around. I ain't trying to hear
no
nothing.
excuses.
I ain't trying to hear nothing. You got
no excuses.
You know, like I'm like, and I say, you know what? You're right. You're right. I can't even say anything back to him. You're right, because I was like straight to it, to it. Design. And by the time I got to the hospital, bulk had arrived. We had about 18-wheeler pull up, like 30 odd boxes. I had my boys come over. Let's unload this. Let's go put it in storage. Let's get going. Let's get to work.
As you continue to heal and grow, what are your aspirations for the future, both personally and professionally?
Personally, I do want to continue on this journey that I'm currently on, touring the United States, touring. I want to expand to overseas, but I'm going to continue to tour with the brand. That's what I've found that I love to do. And if this incident wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have been pushed to do it. When I did, it was always something I wanted to do in the back of my head, but this incident actually really lit a fire into me to actually just do it. Just do it. What else? What's the worst that could happen? You know? So I want to continue the tour. I want to continue to work on my relationship with God, for sure.
No doubt.
For sure.
I'm gonna hold you to that one.
Yeah. Me and his bond has become. We have become like this. Yeah. There's not a morning go by where when I open my eyes, like it's a devotional in my face, on my phone, and then I have a different devotion in a book that's sitting in my windowsill.
I want your help, man. I want you to help me curate a space at New Direction where we can have some young creatives come and do a showcase.
Okay.
Your clothing brand, like my son doing art, other people that you may know, and I want to curate a space to where people can come out and support you guys.
Okay.
So can I hold you to that after you get back from off the road?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that for sure.
Something I was going to tell you. How can listeners support your endeavors and stay connected with your journey?
I'm on Instagram, on social media. On Instagram at Chaz Anthony, ChazAnthony. And then the brand is Don't Let Mom Find Out.
You got a website?
Don't Let Mom Find Out, yes. The website is dlmfo.com, or you can put in don'tletmomfindout.com.
Okay.
Either or.
And all your clothing options are on the website.
Yeah, everything all the collections that are available. Everything sells out pretty fast. So,
you got anything for your pastor? Any swag your pastor can wear?
Yeah, we got some swag for you. We got something for you for sure.
Put me in the fit, man.
For sure.
I'm preaching that junk.
For sure. We really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Chaz, I'm so proud of you, man. Like I said, going back to that evening when I walked in your hospital room, to see your strength, you gave me strength. I told you, man, I had to pray before I went in there. I'm like, God, I ain't never had to go see somebody that's been shot in the face, and I don't want to come across as. But when I saw you gave me strength. And I came in, you wrote on your iPad. Do you remember what you wrote on your iPad?
I know I said thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. I know I said thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for so much for coming. It really meant a lot.
Yeah, it meant a lot to me.
And I said, no, man, it meant a lot to see you alive and fighting. You gave me strength. And you give me strength tonight just listening to your story and how this invigorated your faith. It didn't take your faith, it increased your faith. And I think that's what life is all about, man. It's like, what are you going to do to respond? Are you going to use your faith or lose your faith? You use your faith, and it just speaks a lot about how your mom and dad raised you. It speaks a lot about your faith, and I pray that God will make you successful, that you will be a global brand that people around the world will recognize. And this interview, you'll remember one day and you say, Pastor, look at me now. And so, man, don't forget us little folk in Memphis
Never.
when the Lord elevates you in promotion, because
never.
your gifts are going to make room for you. Amen. God bless you, man.
Thanks for
Proud
having
of
me.
you. Listen, again, this is Chaz Anthony. Give him that social media tag one more time.
At Chaz Anthony, or at Don't Let Mom Find Out.
Yeah, don't let mom find out that y'all did not support him. Y'all go support him and get his clothing. Y'all go see me in a fit. He gonna hook me up with a fit.
We get you right, for sure.
And we're gonna and look forward to that showcase at New Direction Christian Church. We're going to do a pop-up shop at our church sometimes before the summer gets going real good. And Chaz will bring some of his clothing out. I'm gonna have some art, some creatives, and it's going to be an amazing time. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. If this has been a blessing for you, please go subscribe to my podcast on Dr. Stacey L. Spencer's YouTube channel, and share this podcast with other young people. Memphis, as challenging as it is in Memphis right now, we still have God's hand on us. This young man is evident that in spite of all of the tragic stuff that's happened, there's still a lot of good coming out of our city. We got creatives like Chaz. We got artists like Chaz who are making a name for themselves in spite of all of what they've been through. And I believe that what the enemy meant for bad, God's turning it out for good for Chaz and for other young people in our city. So thank you for being our hero, man. Thank you for not giving up, but thank you for going up. And the best is yet to come.
Oh, yeah.
God bless y'all. Until next time, we'll see you later. And please go subscribe and share. Peace. That was Real Talk with Chaz Anthony, a living reminder that even when the odds are stacked against you, God's grace is greater. He's not just a survivor. He's a symbol of what happens when pain meets with purpose. If his story blessed you, I need you to share this episode and let somebody know that miracles still happen in Memphis. Make sure to follow Chaz and support his movement, Don't Let Mom Find Out. And if you're searching for a place to heal, grow, and tap into your calling, come see us at New Direction Christian Church, where real stories are welcome and real lives get changed. This is your host, Dr. Stacey L. Spencer, reminding you, keep it real, keep it rooted, and keep moving forward in God's grace. See you soon.